Well, welcome back, you beautiful spuds. Uh, oh my goodness. So, I'm laughing because uh, I have been struggling, slogging through. I didn't do a live stream of this, and instead I was making a funny video of Whiskers and uh, hold on. Let me put it on so it's in the background as well. So we need to get there. So hold on. And so I just find it hilarious. I am all right, so let's get this over. I'm stuttering over. Not stuttering's the wrong word. Hold on, let me drink my coffee. So I've been struggling with this week. This week has been horrible, by the way. So anyone who has joined me and is wanting to watch the next part of the Adventures of Whiskers, I'm just going to leave it as is. And I want to explain what's going on. Okay, this is a gorgeous mess up, a brilliantly crafted amateur mess up to the highest extreme. I have had a horrible week, and I really hope any dear spud who has taken the time to join this potato stream, if you're here, I really hope that you're having a wonderful day. I hope if you're not, that after you leave here, you'll be having a wonderful day. I have been having a horrible week. Just a horrible week. It's just been one thing after another on top of just responsibilities, things to do. I mean, nothing crazy. No one's died. Nothing like no injury or that. It's just I've been so booked doing life. Life has been excitingly busy. So let me bury the lead here and tell you I deleted all of the audio files that was attached to my project in my editor because I'm a dummy. Because I was working on shorts because I just didn't have enough time to focus on this, so I was leaving this on the back burner every time. And I'd work on this a little bit, and I'm like, I'm still not going to get this done. I don't want to do this no more, but I want to make something, so I'll work on a short. So I'd work on a short. Well, the way I've been doing my shorts, transferring my audio file, I've been doing it a little bit differently, and needless to say, it's amateur. All of this is amateur, but I was uploading it through through a program, and that was not syncing correct. And I was trying the whole process was, how do I do this the way I'm doing it, but make it as easy as possible to record. Yeah, to record. That's gone too. That's great. And to record my audio and then get it on my computer, so I can edit it and then put it in. So with that said, what happened is I was working on the shorts, and for whatever reason, either the network or my computer or my Wi-Fi or something, it wasn't. And the thing I'm using was maxed out on the data, and I'm doing it really weird. So that's why I'm not really like hiding it. I'm using OneDrive, so like my mic, I need to get a new mic. It's not working as great as I want it to. Unfortunately, I'm going to break some of my audience. I use an iPhone, and the mic on my iPhone is really, really good. So a lot of the times I just record my audio through my phone, and then I use the OneDrive to just upload it to the cloud, and then I download it onto my laptop. I know. Why? That's what you're probably asking. I don't know. It works. I'm doing it. I don't have a justification at all. Like this part. Oh, this is stupid. I deleted this. I got an I this is actually, I really regret, but this was a really nice video. I went and I got well, not a video, but I got an AI to read this for me. I found a nice free thing. Oh, man, I just messed all of this. I messed it all up. It's so funny. I deleted it all because my OneDrive was full, and I was worried about, I didn't even think about this program. I didn't think about this till just now. And so the other day, I was cleaning up stuff, so the OneDrive wasn't at its max. And yeah, I deleted everything that was attached to this, mostly. So yeah, that's funny. Oh well. But you live and learn, right? Live and learn. So that leaves me to the rest of the predicament I'm in. So I deleted it all. So what do you do at that point? I'm just doing another dub over it, and I'm just going to talk to you all. You've tuned in. Yep. Yeah. This is what's left of what I deleted, and I'm just keeping it. If you don't want to watch this, that's fine. But this is the rest of my gameplay. I also, in my joke, I accidentally somehow forgot to record part of the day before. So I sadly just messed everything up, and it's hilarious. But let's get on with what my my ramble is. So you're here with me. We're watching me play Oblivion. I'm Whiskers, and my day has been interesting, but let's back it up a little bit. So weekend came. Weekend for me recording this. You could be watching this the day this drops. You could be watching this, on any day. But needless to say, just know, as I'm recording this, as you're watching this, I just had a weekend, and I have been, I'm been trying to get back into shape. So, me and some buddies, we went hiking. It was fun. Went to, a national park. Did 9 miles. So it was some parts dangerous, some parts not. It was just a lot of outdoors stuff. And I definitely here I'll share, and you can see.
Greetings.
There, yep. That's me. Yep, there's me again. And so, I definitely had fun. But then the next day was Mother's Day. And so Mother's Day, I spent with my mom, and it was pretty good. It was a long day, though, just getting everything done. Me and the wife, we kind of doubled up, and we took both our moms out, and then we split off and did things separate. Which wasn't too bad. It made it to where, the day went by really quick, and I hadn't ate very good that day, so I decided to exercise a little bit more. So I went to the gym, and I decided to give myself a really good workout for an hour, And let's just say I'm not a spring chicken no more. I was trying to work on well, I made the mistake. I was telling my friend this. I think what happened is I was running on the treadmill, power walking on the treadmill. And as I was doing it, I kind of was like going side to side just a little bit to like work my midsection. And I don't think I should have been doing that on a treadmill. Shouldn't have been doing that at all, especially with my back. Because I didn't think nothing of it. Didn't think nothing of it at all. Till the next day when I woke up. And I literally had a butcher knife. It felt like in my back. It was horrible. And it's been like that for almost the last several days. As of this audio recording, it is Thursday, though it will not be Thursday when this video is out. This is probably going to be on the weekend. And so, yeah, I sure enough jacked up my back like good. Oh my goodness, my back hurts like the dickens. Which sucks because the hike, I feel like I was recovering from the hike, but then I murdered myself being dumb on the treadmill, trying to go side to side like a lunatic. And so I ended up just spending that day. I ended up going to bed early. I come home and I wanted to work on my videos and do stuff, and my back said no. So I literally laid down at like 7 in the evening and watched some anime. I'm currently watching My Hero Academia. So anyone, fellow Spud in the stream, if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, give me a like, give me a comment. Don't spoil anything for me. I'm on currently season 5. So I'm making my way downtown. And I'm definitely liking it. It's very fun. I'm just kind of trying to make it to the summer so I can watch the movie of the Affinity Castle for Demon Slayer. Because that is where it's at. And again, anyone in the comments, leave me something if you're a fan of Demon Slayer. Also, if you're a fan, give me a like. And so, where was I? I'm blanking. And this is gonna be a while. I got a long way to go to talk. This is what I get. I wanted to do something like I record, like this was kind of gold. And when I say gold, I mean it was just my normal stupid stuff. And I feel dumb. I did all of that creativity and I deleted it all because I didn't think about it. I went to go see if it was in the recycle bin. It wasn't. I deleted it out of the recycle bin. I deleted it on my phone. I deleted it everywhere. Why? I don't know, because I'm a lunatic. I don't know why my brain turned off and I told myself I didn't need it no more, that I'd already used it. But I hadn't, because I was still working on the video. But like I said, the last couple days, I keep going to bed early. I laid down, watched My Hero, and then I went to sleep. And I then had to go to work the next day, and work has been killer. Horrible at work. I kind of fill in for a guy when he's not there, and he has been sick, so I've been doing my job and his job and everything else. So I've just been doing all of the jobs. I mean, it's not as bad as it's just definitely there was one day this week I straight up was moments from a flat out panic attack. Like it was just like he didn't come in and I was doing all of his paperwork, but what happened is me, the boss, and the assistant the second in command boss, system manager boss, none of us had communicated with each other, but we knew the paperwork needed to be done. But on Mondays, it doesn't help. Our system is made specifically that it has to be done only one way. If you do anything in any way different, it messes the whole system up, and then corporate gets mad about it because it has to be a certain way, and it won't let you like do it out of order. So like with receiving on our invoices, every day you have to do a end of day report. And so on the weekends, we don't really have a receiver. So what happens is it gets checked in, some of the stuff, because we don't got a lot of stuff that comes in on the weekend. But the ones that do, they come in like on Saturday. You have to do that on Monday, but that's where it's weird. The system is fine. You can do it after the fact, as long as you haven't done anything for the day you're on or any day past that. So that means if it's Monday and you haven't done any of that paperwork, that's fine, as long as you haven't done nothing for Monday. You just go ahead, do the thing for Saturday, and then do an end of the day report for it, and then, bundle it, put it all together. And then when you do, because then after a week, you have to do a weekly report. So, of course, that's what happens on Monday. So you have to not only do the daily report for Saturday, but then after you do that, you have to run the weekly report. But you have to do all of that before you punch anything in for Monday. So that means if anybody's come in already before you've done any of this, you can check them in. You just can't put it in the system. Because if you put it in the system and you haven't ran those reports, you've now added that not only to the current report, but you put that on the last week's report. Why? Because that's the only way the system does it. It's stupid. And so like a lot of the stuff we scan, they get these like little scan sheets. It makes it real easy. We use a little order gun and you scan it all in. It makes it a lot easier instead of typing it. Well, what happened is nobody was communicating, and the order, a person came in for that Monday, but no one understood because that person had called in, the guy that sometimes I fill in for. I was doing my truck and working my area, and I was told by the main boss that don't worry about doing anything right now. All of the paperwork you can do later. Well, he wasn't thinking about the end of the report or that it being Monday, so he didn't even think about any of that. But he didn't do anything. He checked the people in, but he just left all the tickets in that for me to do later, which is fine. That way I can work on my area and do my department while they can do the main guys, the receiver's job. And then, of course, I'll just come back when I get free. I can go back to receiving, and I'll just go through all of the paperwork, and I'll just do it all, make it all nice and pretty. So long story short, if I still got anyone here listening, long story short about my day, right now I feel like we're just having like a discussion about me unpacking my work day, which I've already done before. I'm just doing it again now with anyone here that wants to listen. So,
what can I interest you in?
But I figure I'm just sharing. I'm sharing with you. You're watching. If you're here, I just figure, we can just have a conversation. Leave me a comment. If you've had a bad day at work, tell me anything about it. I'll listen. I don't know. You may not want to text it all, but you get what I mean. I'm here. You want to say anything? Leave me a message in the comment. Or if you agree, give me a thumbs up. But yeah, so needless to say, he didn't tell the next in command that about the paperwork. He didn't think about it. And she went ahead and started checking people in. But then the day kind of went a little bit longer or further, and then she wanted to go on lunch and then was like, hey, I didn't know she was going on lunch. She's like, hey, you need to fix all of this. And I was like, well, I didn't do any of it. And she's like, well, why didn't you do it? I'm like, well, because my boss didn't tell me to do any of it. He said to do not worry about it till later. But he had already left. I don't know why, but he left for a little bit. So he was like gone for like an hour. And so while he was gone, the second in command was undoing stuff, but she didn't know because she hadn't been told. So she thought that I'm just not doing stuff. So she basically just pushed it all on me and was like, well, you need to get over there and fix all of this right now. So then when I got over there, I found out that I'm going to have to delete the stuff she did because the weekly report and the daily report hadn't been done. Turns out the daily had been done for Saturday, but the system had also added a Sunday because for whatever reason, because again, I don't understand the system because we had typed stuff in for today, but I guess because the weekly report hadn't been done yet, it just moved the stuff that was on for today and had put it in for Sunday, which is weird because it even changed the date to Sunday instead of Monday, which I thought was odd. Again, I don't understand the system on like why it's so touchy over like, you know, not being able to run something if you haven't done the end day report. So I was like, I'm going to have to hand punch all of these. So I was like, all right, let's clarify what's going on. So I went to go find her, not knowing that she went to lunch. She gave it all to me and went to lunch, which I don't blame her. But it definitely pissed in my Cheerios because then I now have no one to talk to above me for clarity. It's now just me, the paperwork, and it's all messed up and I have to fix it. Not a very great Monday morning at all because it was especially unprepared for. I guess I should have saw it coming. I had actually filled in for the guy who was sick on Friday, but I thought surely the weekend, you know, I also wasn't sure if he was sick. And to tell the truth. So I was just like, he may have just needed, you know, personal reasons or whatnot. He called in on that Friday. I didn't think he wasn't coming in on Monday. So I was surprised. We all were surprised. None of us was prepared. So here I am fixing all of the paperwork. And his desk is really small. He doesn't have a chair. You stand up at receiving, and everybody piles stuff on his area to start with. It's especially worse. I'm more OCD, so I like to clean stuff where he will just let it kind of pile. And I mean, he has an organization, but his organization and mine's a little different. So I'm just struggling. I'm in a sea of paperwork. I got paperwork everywhere. Trying to figure out how to do the end of the day report and then remove what got added to then re-put it back. And of course, all of the stuff doesn't have a scan sheet anymore. So I ended up having to delete all of it. And this was when I was having a panic attack almost. And right as I was at my ultimate panic, I went and did a circle around the store to see if the boss was coming back or if anything was changed. And he had just gotten back. and I went to him to talk, and I mean, he did it. He did his bossly job. Like, he saw me, and I explained, and I told him, and he looked at me, and he said, "Well, please don't have a panic attack, because out of everyone here, you're the only one who knows how to fix it from where it's at." He's like, "So, do whatever you got to do
You know, stranger,
to get
there
it
comes a
done.
time in every man's life
Just
when
don't
he
have
has
a
to
panic
admit that
attack."
he's lost the fight. Well, I've fought,
And,
and I've lost. Who did
as
I
a
lose
boss,
to?
it's,
Who
I,
is my
I,
great
I
enemy?
definitely was hoping
What a
for a
love.
little bit more
A bunch
assurance,
of
but
damn fish.
I guess it worked in the end. I didn't get as much support as I was wanting,
Go
but,
on and-
he basically was
Wait.
correct. I
Oh,
did
well
know
then.
how to fix
I'm a
it.
fisherman.
It
Or at
was
least I
a
was.
lot of
Till one of those
a
slaughter fish
lot
down
of
there took my leg
crap,
off.
but it
I was
worked,
collecting their
and
scales,
I did it.
see? I had a
And
contract with
so
this young alchemist.
it got
Wouldn't
done.
believe what he
It
was
got
paying for
done,
those scales.
and then
Then last
after
month,
finishing
one of the
it
bastards got a hold of my leg.
and
Took me
getting
right
it all
out of the
together,
business. But
I
this alchemist,
finally
he
was
needs the
able to
scales
close
right
out the
away.
week before. I bundled all the paperwork up, took it to
The alchemist was paying so
the
much for the scales
second
that
in
I'm close to
command's
having enough
desk.
saved so
They're
that
the
I can
ones that
retire.
deal with
But now I can't get
sending
out there
off
to the
all the
lake.
receipts for
Not
the
with
week
this lake.
before.
I only needed 12
And
more
then
scales.
I started
Can you believe
working
it?
on
I was so close.
the new,
I picked up a
and
few
then
things in my travel.
he also, I
If you
think,
head out there
sent
and
some
bring me
people
back
to
the
help
12
me,
scales that I need,
which was
I
nice,
can make it worth
because
your
at
time.
that point I had
Help an
just
old fisherman
abandoned
out,
my
won't you?
area, and I was just now doing paperwork. So that was, I guess, he did assist. He came over to me while I was in the middle of my panic attack, and he was like, "Look, can you take a moment real quick and stop? I know, but he's like, I got 2 people. They're going to come over to your area, and I'm going to have them help you. But can you come over with me and kind of, like, I'm going to give them some pointers, but they've never done your department before. So can you kind of walk them through it real quick? And that way I'm helping you because you're helping me in receiving." And so that's basically what happened. So I walked over, helped the 2 girls, and got them situated. And then I went back over to receiving, and I was able to start working on the paperwork for today. Or, well, for that day, not today, but for Monday. And I had to hand type all of it. It was so great. Nothing but UPCs, all hand typed in for all of the products. It was great. I hated it. But I got it done. In the middle of doing it, I almost had another panic attack because I realized all the paperwork that I had set on the desk for the week before was missing a receipt for the actual product. It apparently had the paperwork printout sheet, and it had where you sign and you put all of your stamp and whatnot. But it didn't have the actual receipt. I was holding the receipt, and I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that it wasn't attached because that wasn't my handiwork, because I was just kind of bundling and paper clipping stuff that was already done. So then I was like, I hope the assistant manager hasn't moved that yet. So I had to run back up to the office, found it exactly where I left it. She hadn't come back from lunch yet. So then I had to hurry up, unbundle it, find that area, and then staple the missing receipt to that part, and then rebundle it all back up like I'd never done anything wrong. And then I was able to go back to receiving and continue the other tickets for that day. So it was a headache. It was horrible. And like I said, the whole time, my back was killing me that Monday. Oh my goodness. And I was just standing on my feet the whole day. I was standing on my feet, having panic attacks. So I ended up going to bed early. That was my Monday. And then Tuesday, he didn't come back again. So I was doing receiving and my job again. Tuesday wasn't as bad, though. I actually didn't, and none of the paperwork was done wrong. So that was good. So that was, I think, the only lucky thing about Tuesday. But my back still hurt, and that's where my next story comes in. And since you're here, if you're still floating with me, we're just getting to know each other. I'm just gonna tell you about my week. So, next day happened. It's Tuesday. And work was again long and definitely not a lot of fun. But I made it. I think that Monday I was at work for almost 10 hours. No, it was 10 hours. Next day, I only did like 8. And so I left after 8. And that was including my lunch. So I only actually worked 7-ish. And so I got home. And I actually worked on this video. Or shorts. I think it was mostly this video. But I was running out of steam. And, it's all gone now. So you have this audio instead of anything else. Sad. This part, we're doing a quest. Not that quest, but we're doing a quest for the fish. And it's actually a really great quest. To segue real quick, if you go into this ocean, this lake ocean, and you kill all these fish, it's painstaking, but you actually get a great reward. We haven't made it there yet, but the reward is worth it. Now, I'm not going to say what the reward is because we're still doing stuff, so we'll wait for the reward. You'll see it. This was a fun quest, but getting back to my story, I'm blanking. Oh, so with my story, I'm blanking. Hold on, I gotta think of what my story was. All right, I've remembered. We're on Wednesday. The main event. This was yesterday. Oh, all right, let me get me a drink of my coffee. Surprisingly still warm. So I get done with work and I did most of my... No, I already did tell you this. Well, anywho. So I'm working on all of the videos for this broken piece of crap now. And my wife had decided to do her nails. So she moved our table all the way over. And she wanted to do a special dinner that we make with rice and cream of chicken, or we'll do rice and then like steak and then cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, and then like peppers and corn, and you kind of layer it together. It's really good. But she wanted to do her nails, and so she was dragging her feet, and I needed the whole table to do it, and I wanted her help as well. And I ended up getting crabby, and we both did. We were getting hungry because, we're both doing this new lifestyle change. I've lost over 20 pounds, and she's now lost about... I think as of the other day, I think she's almost competing with me. I think she's got like 18 or 19 pounds that she's lost as well. So we've been doing great, because I definitely, it's not for everybody. And, lots of people just can't. But we are really trying to buckle down and do it. For us, currently, it's working. And we're trying to be a little bit healthier. Ultimately...
Who's there?
I get it. Not everybody can do that. It's just hard. I like to eat. And it's not just that, it's just like my biggest switch here lately is just like not eating processed foods and really fatty foods. And it's like, and that's everything that I eat. Or was. Now I'm just being lame. I eat vegetables and fruit, and I don't eat any processed foods or fat. And if I do, I end up then torturing myself. And I hit the gym and break my body. Because my back is just finally fixed itself for now, or it's gotten better. But anywho, get through all of Wednesday, and we decide we're not going to make that. We ended up making it tonight, so we did it the next day. So we didn't make the rice and steak. Instead, we just kind of did our own. So we were just eating our own stuff separately, but not separately. Like, we ate it kind of around the same time, staring at each other, but completely different food. That's when the event happened. Oh, man. So, I've told you all before, and if I haven't, you should know, I'm not going to give, where I live, because, this is the internet, this is the potato stream, but, we're all just strangers. You don't just give personal information out. But I will tell you this. I live in the heartland of the United States, and we're several hundred miles away from St. Louis in one of those directions. And so my wife, when I went hiking, she decided with some friends she was going to go to the zoo. St. Louis Zoo. And so she went to the St. Louis Zoo. She hadn't been in a long time because, like I said, it's pretty far out of our reach of where we are, and it's just something, we really don't go to St. Louis, let alone to the zoo, and but she wanted to go. It was something to do. Her friend was going. And so she went, and I went hiking. So this is where the story gets interesting. We're assuming, that when she went on Saturday, she must have used a card reader with her bank card that I guess had one of those scanners on it, because Wednesday, yesterday, at 7:15, we get notified, and my wife is thinking it's scams, but I guess we now know it was actually our bank, saying that there was a fraudulent charge. Apparently, somebody at the, what's the place? O'Fallon? Which apparently is really right next door to the zoo of St. Louis. But yeah, they went to the super Walmart, or the Walmart in O'Fallon, and they used her card. But she had her card, so they must have did something with those scanners, copied her card, made a copy of her card. I don't know. Went there and started doing debits or something. We think they might have used, tried to do a money order. I don't know. Needless to say, our bank squared it away. We panicked heavily. But as of today, it looks like it's all being straightened out. My wife's already got a new card. All of the suspicious activity was squished, and they're going to go and prosecute whoever did it, and we should be getting our money back within the next 30 days. They tried to do multiple things, but only one went through, which was for amazingly just a low $48. So that is all they got from us, which of course the bank we're going to get back. We thought they were going to just immediately give us a credit, but they did not. It's on an ongoing dispute. So I guess we're just going to have to wait the 30 days. I think we'll be fine. We're not that close in finances that $48 is going to break us. But it definitely, was stressful. Talk about panic mode. Trying to, like, me and my wife are just like, what do we do? Oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? And so, yeah. So all I can say is, fellow spuds, if you're floating with me, be careful, because scammers be scamming. And they want to take your shit. And you can't let them do it. I mean, I guess you can let them do it, but you shouldn't let them do it. So that's my takeaway. Be careful. If you can, I would definitely suggest making sure you have backups. Like, if it's a credit card or banking, make sure, I'm not a professional, so this is just my opinion, but make sure you have some kind of an online or two-way authentication, so that if you do have a problem where, like, somebody hacks your card or does something, you have a way to shut it down. Because that's the one thing we didn't actually have. We both have two different cards to the same account, and while I have mine online, luckily our bank had already closed it because it already knew it was fraudulent, which is great, because we didn't, all I could do was affect my card, and my card was fine. Her card was the one affected, but she was just using my online banking account. But technically, she needed to make her own and then link it to mine so that her card would be on hers. She's got that fixed now, so now she can lock it down if she wants. But the other day, only I could lock my card, and my card was fine because it wasn't a hack of, like, our email or, like, a website or anything. It was that somebody had, like, copy cloned her card and was using it at a physical location in Walmart. So with that, or however they were doing it, it was just her card. So we just needed to make sure we could lock her card down. But like I said, they'd already done it. And as of today, it's been fixed. Which is why today is kind of an okay good day. But yet, I'm still... But yeah, so that was that. And then I guess I'll move on to my next story. I'm just gonna rattle this all off. Surely no one is watching this. If you're here watching this, thank you. Thank you for floating with me and listening to me just kind of ramble on. Oh, some of this was good. I really regret. I had some stuff for this, but it's gone. It's all gone. All my hard work. I gotta be careful about that. I took too long on this. I think I'm not gonna do anymore. I think the next one is just gonna be a live stream. I need to live stream again. I need to play my Prey game again, but that ain't this. I just have been so tired. I get home and I just don't want to do nothing. I feel very flump. It's just like, yep, I'm home. Do you want to create something? No. Yeah, didn't think so. And I hate that, because, like, I love creating. I love doing this. I love having energy. It's like my job and life and everything is just sucking it out of me. So it's like I'm just tired, and, like, I just want to be able to have some kind of moniker of energy to, like, do something. So I don't know. That's on me. But yeah, today was pretty easy. I did have a little hiccup. My parents are really old, and I help kind of take care of their land, but it's the weather and everything has just been really hard, and then my schedule has been really busy. So I went to go mow my dad's yard, or his land. He's got like 3 acres. Well, no. it's only about 1.5 acres that I have to mow. But I went to go mow, and I wanted to go hiking that Saturday. So I called my dad, and I was like, hey, I'm coming over. But I got plans. I'm going places. So, like, I'm going to have to come in. I'm going to mow. I'll weed eat. I might bug spray and do some other stuff. But then I got to go. I got places to go. And he's like, okay, boy, that's fine. And then a little bit later, he calls me back right as I'm about ready to leave. And he's like, son, the dew, there's water everywhere. He's like, it's just going to get all up and underneath the ride and lawnmower. You can't come out here and mow. Why don't you wait till like 11 or 12 o'clock? I'm like, Dad, that's when I'm leaving to go hike. I can't. I'm sorry, I already got plans. We're already going. And he's like, well, I guess we're not doing it today. I guess you're going to have to come back another day. I was like, I guess I am. And so, oh, I'm sorry. So, that's what happened. So, we go back to today. I got off work early by like 2 hours. Go home, change. My back was killing me. Fierce. And was doing something weird. Like, I had, like, kind of flexed backward to try to pop it. And I don't know what I did. Probably something to, not right. And it started intensely just getting super warm. Like, ungodly warm. Which was kind of scaring me at first. Because I'm like, it felt like I had a heating pad on my back. But I was at work. And it felt like I put like icy hot on it, but I hadn't. It was really kind of weird. I was like, why is my back? And it like felt hot to the touch, and like my forehead felt warm, and I'm like, am I dying? What's going on? So it was weird. And then, so I'm loading up the car. I'm getting ready to go out. I got my earbuds. Because I listen to music while I'm mowing. Because it's just boring and bad. Like, I hate it. You can't mow without music or something. So, I'm almost about out. I call my dad and say, hey, I'm on my way. And he goes, oh, we're not even home. He said, your mom had to go to the doctor. It's nothing crazy, but we're doing a doctor visit. He said, oh, well, shoot, I want to go mow. He's like, yeah, but the mower's locked up, and you don't have a key to any of it, so you're going to have to wait till I get back. I mean, if you want to go out and do some, like, if you want to pick up some sticks and do some other stuff, or, like, weed eating, you can. But, like, we're not going to be back for, like, an hour. So I just decided, I said, okay. I said, well, I'll be there. I might just wait a little bit. So that's when I was like, man, my back really hurts. So I went rooting around my house, and I forgot my wife has some ice packs. Like the plastic ones you put in like lunch pails. I don't know. Don't judge me. You can or judge me. So I ended up putting those on my back, and I laid down in bed and I put the ice pack like in between me and the bed, and I just let it do its job. It was so weird too because it was really cold to the touch, but on my back was so hot. Like, it felt lukewarm. It was so weird. So I ended up doing that for like 40 minutes, ice in my back. And it must have did a world of good, because I did that. I switched them out and got another ice pack midway, because I did like 20 minutes and then another 20 minutes. And I watched some more of My Heroes Academia. And then I was like, well, I better head out there, and I guess I can do so. So went out to my parents, and did all the yard work. They were late, so ended up doing some other stuff. But then by the time I finished mowing, I looked at the clock and it was 6 o'clock, and my wife was wanting to do dinner with me, and she was wanting to do the rice and the steak, so I didn't finish everything. So I ended up telling my dad, I'm like, I'm going to have to come back another day again. I got most of it done, but we'll have to do another day. And he's like, well, like, maybe tomorrow. I was like, I guess tomorrow, maybe. We're supposed to babysit tomorrow. So I'm going to have to see about how I'm going to wiggle that, but we'll see. Good news is I did take Friday off, so I'm really excited about that. Because we're babysitting for our friends, and because we're like adopted uncle and aunt, and they have a whole bunch of kids, and me and my wife don't have any kids, so this is our chance. We get to because my sisters, I don't really have a chance with my own nieces and nephews, so these children are like our nieces and nephews, and so we end up, this is our chance. We get to have some kids, we get to spoil them, we get to play with them, and then if it gets hard or difficult, or the time runs out, then we go, all right, here, have your kids back. It's nice and fun. But that's me, But yeah, so I'm sorry, this is really boring. I'm starting to get tired myself. I'm drinking coffee and it's not helping. Ugh, my coffee's cold now. But yeah, so needless to say, my Friday is free. I'm excited to not have to go to work. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I just feel like I've given up on this video. That's why we're here. I've given up because ultimately I'm mad that I deleted everything. I literally put hours in all of the work. I mean, now we're not, because we've now made it to the part of the video I hadn't even made it to yet. But the other part, I had worked days and days, and I was like, I'll get to it. All gone. Yeah, I'd love. Please, if you're watching this, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, please leave me a comment. Talk to me. Let me know you understand the struggle is real. Maybe just leave me a comment. Say the struggle is real. And I understand. I don't know. Yeah, other than that, that's about it. Let's see. So for my channel, I guess why I'm here, I'm just trying to fill the time now. So my plans are, I got a whole bunch of shorts in the pipeline. I have been able to have time. I already have another one. I worked on a Fortnite video before I started doing this, so it's in the pipeline. I got a release for it. I don't know when this video is going to be, so that could be old news by the time this video is out, because I haven't even finished this one, but that one's finished. So that's an old one as of right now of listening to this. It might be new for you. You might not. You might have to go and find it, but yeah, I got that. At some point, I'm gonna have to get back into writing my book. I've kind of just taken a very long pause on it, and we're just gonna keep it paused. I mean, it's not going nowhere, but I do want to finish it at some point. I got half a book, maybe more than half. So I gotta get that done. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think game-wise, at some point I need to get Night Rain. That's definitely on my thing. I think it's out now. If it's not out now, it's gonna be out soon. I think it's out. I'm pretty sure it's out. I need to think about getting it. And I don't really know what else. I mean, right now I'm doing Prey. I need to make another Prey video, and I'm making Whiskers videos, though. Whiskers video quality has gone down drastically because this is it. Oh, and this is why being a YouTuber is hard, because they know how to do things better than me. They sure do. Well, let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I'm just goofing off. I don't even know if I'm doing anything. Look, you want to leave, go right ahead. If not, just play it in the background. What I think I'm gonna do is, I just want to finish this video right now. So, I'm just going to end it early, but then I'm going to just keep the video going. So, it's just going to be a really, 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 really long comment section. How about this? I'm going to put a whole bunch of music, free music on it. And if you want to watch, feel free. This is just me kind of running around. You can listen to some nice music. If you want to leave now. I get it. Well, of course, the longer you watch, the better it is for my algorithm. But I don't got nothing currently that I know what to talk about. And on top of that, I'm just afraid now at this point that if I don't finish this video, it's just going to sit pending again, and I just need it to be done so I can do the next video better. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need a restart, and I think that's what I need to do. Yeah. Hey, look, if you made it this far, thanks for floating with me. I really hope you have a wonderful day. I want it for you. I mean it. Do it. That's the only favor I ask. Have a wonderful day. So, feast your eyes on what I'm playing, or leave, or any, I'm blanking here, but I'm just going to put on music. Check out whenever you need to. I'm going to get out of I'm leaving, but you don't have to leave until the end of the video. Alright, so it's going to keep going, but later.
toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. I wish I could give you up, but you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood, run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. Look how you make me.
I'll do if you don't get those scales for me. I've saved so much for my retirement, but it's just not enough. By the 9, you've got the scales. Thank you. Let it never be said that there are no kind souls in this world. I'll give you this ring in trade. I have no use for it anymore, but I imagine that they would be very valuable to someone like you. Thank you, stranger. You've shown me kindness, and I will think of you in the long, comfortable days ahead.